How to get strong. So it's a very loose term that, but in general, how to get stronger would be following a structured, progressively overloading plan, which basically just means every single time you do something, you get a wee bit better and a wee bit better and a wee bit better, and over time, you get a big bit better. Be consistent. That is the number one bit of advice. Because if somebody, and this might apply to you, we'll see in a minute, if somebody goes to the gym and they go really, really hard and then they go too hard and then they're too sore and then they can't make it to the gym for 3 or 4 days, then in terms of consistency, they went once and then they didn't go again for 4 days, then they go once, then they don't go again for 4 days. In terms of long-term consistency, that is not great. So you want to go, say for example, you start off going and it's your first time or you're quite inexperienced, you would go maybe 40-50% effort and then you would just do that for maybe the first few weeks and then you would up it to 50-60% and then you would just gradually get into it more and more. But that person is going to be much more progress than the person who goes hard and then doesn't go, hard then doesn't go. Also in terms of consistency, if you treat it as a long-term thing, then you're going to get on a lot better than thinking, I'm going to get in the best shape of my life or I'm going to get strong in 8 weeks, because you might push too hard in that 8 weeks and then you might burn out after the 8 weeks. Also, you might have been acting in a way that the 8 weeks is the be all and end all, which means that your behaviors and the habits that you were forming over that 8 weeks just totally go out the window because you've just totally got rid of the idea that you're doing anything after the 8 weeks. Recover well. Very, very important and a very underrated area. So if you're training hard, amazing, but you also need to recover hard as well. And I know that doesn't really make sense, but you need to focus on getting enough sleep, getting enough calories, getting enough protein to make sure that you can go and do that again and again and again. And the hard training that you're doing does not wipe you out, does not burn you out, because it will if you're not eating or sleeping properly. And lastly, just covered it, but eating enough protein, mega, mega important, because if you're not eating enough protein, you're not repairing the muscle damage that you've done in the gym, and it means that you cannot make any long-term good progress because your body is not repairing and building new tissue because it's not getting the building blocks that it needs via protein.